I got a feeling that it's gonna be a wonderful day.
It's all about good morning.
Morning,
Morning.
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 How you doing?
Morning.
Morning,
Morning. Morning.
morning,
Morning.
morning.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, Mortimer, Skeletor's cousin for the South Bronx. I am back, baby. How are y'all doing? How are you back and meat doing?
I'm doing good. We are here with Mr. Nessie and Mr. Rivera, I believe.
Yes.
Yes.
Morning, zebras.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, good morning.
Well, in case you couldn't tell, folks, it is Halloween.
Yes.
Yes, the spooky month, the spooky season.
Yes. It is the spooky season of the year.
It is Monday, October 31st. It is a white day here at New Brunswick High School. And before we go too far into the show today, we're in a new place, everybody. We are happy to now not only be streaming on Twitter and YouTube, but at this very moment, we are making our debut on Twitch.
Don't you mean what?
Yes. Yes.
So if you want to hang out with us on Twitch, go to zebrapodcastnetwork.com/Twitch. And more expanding the audience.
Yes, expanding the audience so everybody can see.
Yes. All right. What do we got for us today, boys?
Well, we got the weather.
Yes, we do.
I guess that's a good place to start.
We'll make it sweet. We'll make it short. Now here for you is the weather report.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are currently at 42 degrees. That's somewhat worry and somewhat fret. We'll be at a high of 68 degrees, and it will mostly be cloudy all day, with a chance of rain from 7 to 11, maybe even 12 to the rest of tomorrow.
Is that good trick-or-treating weather?
I mean, if you need a free bath, I don't see why not. I mean, I heard it's good for your bones.
To be honest, I don't think anybody's gonna go trick-or-treating this tonight because, of the rain.
I think people will trick-or-treat.
In the rain? No. God, no.
Hey, Rudy, you don't understand
Free
how-
candy!
Who would?
Yeah,
Yeah.
understand the
Who would?
dedication, the hard work, the determination of these people, Adrian.
The determination of finding the right costume just to look like Aaron Schwarzenegger.
Aaron Schwarzenegger. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It's same thing.
No, I'm not letting you disrespect my.
All right,
My
on to
friend.
announcements.
Well, yeah, we'll talk about Mortimer's Halloween costume in a second.
Okay. So, on to announcements. The Cultural Festival is being held November 9th at 6:30 p.m. It will be held in the auditorium/library or in the courtyard. There will be music, performances, and food. The entry is only $10. If you want more information, please contact Miss Oviedo. Oviedo. You can find her in room D215.
Call with Mr. Thunberg from Monday to Friday at 2:45 to 3:45.
Let's see.
We normally meet on Mondays as the Zebra Podcast Network
Right.
because we do afternoon drive. There may or may not be a show today. I haven't been able to decide that yet. Might have some factors. But if you want to be a part of the Zebra Podcast Network, come see me, Mr. Nessie, in B121. And we are looking all the time for students who want to either be a part of the morning show, the afternoon show, or maybe you want to start your own show.
Oh, yeah.
All right? So just come out and see me, and we'll find a place for you. Behind the scenes, on the microphone, in a mask, out of a mask,
In a studio,
out of a studio,
the whole pizzazz.
the whole
The
pizzazz.
whole shebang.
Yes, the whole shebang.
Yeah.
And I think that's all the clubs that meet on Mondays, and we'll certainly talk about Tuesday clubs on Tuesday.
Tuesday.
And now, sports.
All right, Zebra sports fans, on Friday, your girls' tennis team was defeated by Wardlaw Hartridge 5-0. On Saturday, the girls' volleyball team was eliminated from Central Jersey Group 4 playoffs. They were defeated by Hunterdon Central 2-0. But coming up later today, 2 o'clock at Howell High School. Don't cut school to see this, but your boys' soccer team is traveling to Howell for the next round of the Central Jersey Group 4 state playoffs. We will have the results tomorrow, but good luck to Coach Juba and the rest of the boys' soccer team. Hopefully we're talking about a win tomorrow. Winter sports are coming soon, so make sure you check with the athletic department. That would be Mr. Conger, our athletic director, and the school website to find out when your winter sports meetings are taking place. New Brunswick High School offers boys basketball, girls basketball, winter track, bowling. I think that's it in the winter. If I'm missing something, I'll correct it tomorrow. That's it for sports. Go Zebras!
Go, Zebras indeed.
Oh yeah, go Zebras indeed, definitely. Now it is Maestro Monday, gentlemen. Sorry.
There's ladies who listen.
Oh yes, definitely. I'm sorry.
Julian says goodbye to them every day.
Even though nobody says hi to him, no lady says hi to him.
Don't
Anyways,
talk about Julian when he's not here.
Okay.
I sent it to Santa Barbara. So come on, give us some respect.
All right. All right. So we have Mr. Rivera in the studio today. So Julian, why don't you hit it off with the questions?
Do I look like it, I'm Julian?
I don't know.
You bag of meat?
I don't know. I don't know. You have the same clothes. You have the same skin as him. You have the same
One, these are gloves. These are gloves. All right?
gloves.
Yeah.
I have to say, I've never seen Julian and Mortimer in the same room together, so.
Thank you.
I mean, you have the same hair. Not gonna lie.
So
Good-
does
good morning, Mr. Rivera. How are you?
Aaron.
I'm great. Thank you, Miss Nessie. Thanks for
Mr.
having me.
Rivera, first and foremost, what do you do here at New Brunswick High School?
I am a paraprofessional, so I assist teachers and students in different classes. So if a student needs support, trouble understanding something, I'm there. Usually help teachers out. Small things with printing, but I'll also add my 2 cents on certain problems or subjects. This year I find myself in a lot of history classes, history and law classes, with a dash of math.
So what you're saying is you get to hang out with the best teachers and students in the best
Yes.
classes.
Yes,
That's what I like to hear.
that's true of any class in New Brunswick High School.
So, all right. So my next question is there a specific subject that you teach at the high school?
No, I'm assigned to classrooms, not more so on need rather than subject.
Mm.
So I find myself plate bar slowly finding out that I am bilingual.
Ah.
So
Okay.
what's become a big part of my job is translating what the primary teacher says for Spanish dominant students.
Mm.
Most of whom are very eager to learn and are very engaged with what they're doing, and they want to succeed just like everybody else.
Mhm.
And I've helped bridge them to that success.
Okay. Mortimer?
What hobbies do you enjoy doing when you're not being a teacher?
Ooh. Well, recently I've begun working out.
Ooh.
LA Fitness down in Edison,
Hmm.
usually 2 or 3 days a week. And for the past 7 years, I've been writing a book.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
The main character does not fit in this studio. Right? If you see the door, about 9/10 of the way is his head. The rest is his horn.
So he's a fictional character, I believe.
Yes, very fictional.
Mm,
So what got you,
It makes
Vern?
living with him bearable.
mm.
Less expensive that way.
I mean, yeah, it's less expensive, yeah.
So what got you writing the book?
Well, yeah. I was a dinosaur kid growing up,
Oh,
and if you
okay.
put any relatively large reptile on a movie, book, or video game, or even a room door, I will hold myself back for about 5 seconds, and then go look at it.
Hmm.
Works like a charm. I don't know why. I know why, because those last 5 seconds in Jurassic Park. That's why.
Mm.
Yeah. That does something to a kid at that age, at the ripe old age of 1. But yeah, and the character has actually been living in my head for quite some time, even before I found out I wanted to be an author. Right, when I play pretend with my sisters, he's the character I would become, whether it was X-Men, whether it was a fantasy thing, or somehow I would find a way to be that dragon. And then in college, I wrote a paper on Puerto Rican identity, and this is the first paper that a professor recommended I get published. And then that made me realize, like, wow, I can actually do something with this, but I want to write fiction, or rather fantasy. And there was no real thinking about it after that. I finally had a place to put him, and I actually built the world around him and the presence of dragons in that world.
Mm.
Are there any archaeologists or any fossils in the book?
Oh, first of all, it's not archaeology; it's paleontology.
Ah.
Yes.
Archaeology looks at human life. Paleontology just looks at all life.
Yeah.
Oh, makes
Right.
sense,
There's
makes
a
sense.
there's a distinct difference,
Yep.
Mortimer. Just like you know.
Archaeology, Indiana Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Paleontology, Alan Grant.
Ah.
There we go. Different hats, people.
Yeah, different hats. So my next question is: do you encourage students to do better, pass beyond their limits?
Yes, that I find that that's my primary purpose,
Mm.
right? Um, whether it's getting a student to focus or getting a student that's already focused, just to move beyond their doubts and their insecurities about whatever, because it's intimidating now. Um, I didn't have this when I was growing up, but that you have so much information at the tip of your fingers that's so easily accessible, right? And I think that's transferred to the classroom where you don't get the answer immediately.
Mm-hmm.
You got to do a little bit of digging, um, and that's where I come in. Like, yeah, hey, you can actually do this. You're smart enough. It's not a question of whether or not you're smart. It's just that you got to stick with it for a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
It gets better. You will find the answer that you're looking for, um, and and that's how you grow, right? Uh, it's not that you get things immediately, but that you stick with it, and that you keep you keep the drive alive, right? Because that's very hard to do this in this day and age. But yeah, you gotta maintain that perseverance, and that's gonna help you get your not only your answers, but it's gonna get you um, the things that you actually want, right? Because you're gonna even in the jobs that we enjoy, you're gonna find things that you're not gonna like about it. There's gonna be a discipline that you're gonna need to have. You're not gonna want to do what you love every single day, every single moment, but it's gonna be that drive and that focus that makes you do it. Because love in some cases is not enough.
Mm.
Mr. Rivera, you're a young guy, relatively at the beginning of your career in education, but I'll ask you this. If it wasn't a career in education, what were you going to be doing? What was the plan?
Ooh, that paleontology.
Okay.
I never grew out of my dinosaur phase, guys,
Mm.
and that served me very well in high school. No, it didn't. But yeah, I was always interested in ancient life, and that's actually when I chose a major at Rutgers. It was actually geological sciences,
Mm.
and then chemistry happened, and but also during chemistry happened that other class. And actually, when I got out of college, I was looking to do editing jobs, uh, looking at manuscripts, helping writers grow, helping people tell the stories that they want to tell. And that, but as it so happened, my mother, who's been a teacher in district for over 20 years, pushed me to become a substitute teacher. First time I applied without the license, so that did not work out very well. Second time I applied, I did get the license, and I started doing that in 2018. And I never let go of the writing. My book has been halfway done for the past 3 years, but it's always improving. And and I would eventually love to teach creative writing, whether at a high school or college level, because I believe that students use the skills that they learn in language art classes without even knowing that they do. But when you ask them to tell a story that they like, whether it's a memoir, something based on reality, or something that's completely fictional, that's when those skills get enhanced, because now it's not just what is this, but what can you use this to say about what you want to say.
I feel like creative writing should be a subject in high school because, I totally agree with you because, students that learn those skills in language arts should put it to the test and to see what they create.
Yeah, and you guys use it all the time.
Yeah.
Really, what happened over your weekend? Why didn't you get to class on time? Well, I met 3 guys in the hallway, or I was stopped. I had a pass. Do you have a pass? No, and here's why. So those creative skills are already there.
And yes, we hear some creative responses to those questions all the time.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any other questions?
Yes, who is or was your major advocate or motivator?
Wow, that would have to be my parents. As I said, my mom's been a teacher here for a very long time, here as in this district, not the school. And my father, they actually met in college. But when they raised my sisters and I, they were very supportive of our interests, and they constantly pushed us to go further. And right, the answer was never no, but there was also some guidance to that because there's not going to be that immediate gratification. So there was a lot of pushing and a lot of support. Like there was always, you got to get ready for the hard part because the part that you love is just behind that. And right, I've gotten a lot closer to my mom in the past few years because now we bond as educators. And I still receive that support. They've never paid. I've been to writing workshops in Europe, and the first couple of times they offered to help pay for that trip, but it never came to that. But that backbone has always been there.
That's awesome. Now, Mr. Rivera, before we say goodbye for Halloween, not every student here at the school is going to get to have you in their class with them. So, that being said, what knowledge, wisdom, sage words would you like to impart on everybody? The floor is yours.
Ooh. Well, let me start this off by saying that I'm a graduate of New Brunswick Public Schools. So I've been where you guys are at, and don't ever be ashamed of being from New Brunswick, because I have lived in New Brunswick for virtually my whole life, and and this is a great place to grow. So you can definitely build yourself here, and just enjoy your time here, whether you plan to move away at some point to college or to another city. And own it. Make sure, just because other people look down on this place, or you feel that there are other places that are better, doesn't mean that this can't be your runway, right? You're gonna get in the air, so get ready and and enjoy New Brunswick for what it is, because there's a lot of great stuff happening here.
Awesome. Mr. Rivera, thank you for being here on the Zebra Morning Show with us.
Thank you for inviting me.
Well, gentlemen, before we go, I just want to say happy Halloween. And I like anything with peanut butter inside, should you decide you don't want that kind of thing.
I'll make sure to bring something.
Thank you.
Or something similar to that.
I mean, yes, sure. I'll try to get you something. I mean, it just passes my system, you know?
What, just like water?
Is that why you're nothing but skin and bones?
Mostly more bones than skin. I mean,
Wait, Mortimer.
What?
Before we say goodbye,
What?
I have one question.
What?
Oh boy.
Do you shower with milk?
Why are you so weird?
Well, milk makes strong bones.
Yes.
Fair enough, but why are you so weird? No wonder why Julian thinks negatively of you.
Look at the pot calling the kettle black. We're all weird.
Yes.
We're all nerdy.
Yes.
And
Embrace the nerdiness.
embrace the nerdiness.
Embrace it.
Okay, now I have a bone to pick with all of you.
Well, not Mr. Rivera, but just me and.
One bone, not 236.
I'll get the extra bones from your children.
I don't have children.
Okay, well, at least I know he does. Be scared. Be very afraid.
All right, everybody. Happy Halloween. We will see you tomorrow as we kick off the holiday season.
Thank you for listening to the Zebra Morning Show.
Do us a favor and tell someone else about us. The word of mouth is the best way to help us grow.
Be sure to follow us on social media. We're on Twitter and Instagram as Zebra Podcast Net.
Please consider subscribing and following us. The Zebra Morning Show is live streamed each day, and we're available as a podcast. Go to zebrapodcastnetwork.com/subscribe.
If you want to get involved with the Zebra Podcast Network, see Mr. Nessie.
Have a great day, Zebra Nation.
See you later, boys and ghouls.